Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take It from the Iron Woman. We only have special guests, and today I'm really honored to have Nathalie Henrich with me. We met in 2016. Welcome, Nathalie, first of all, and introduce yourself. Who is Nathalie who's going to join us here?
Hey, Susanne, thank you so much for inviting me. Yes, I'm very honored to be here on your podcast. My name is Nathalie Henrich. I'm from Germany. Originally, I was born and raised in Germany. My mom is Korean, but I was born and raised in Germany. And I used to be a banker back in Germany and I was working for Commerzbank. I'm sure in my late 20s, I came to Miami and was married for 10 years. I have 3 kids out of that marriage. I had a change of career. I did my doctorate in Chinese medicine here in Miami and got into acupuncture. And then through that, I got a lot into all kinds of spiritual things. One was your training that you were hosting in 2016, the mindful training. And then the mindfulness training, I just got into sound healing. I got involved a lot with shamans and plant medicine and all of that. I went more also towards healing for women and like overall woman empowerment. And I'm started doing my music.
Where do we start? I don't know. You have so much to offer. What is your highlight? I have to say the highlight for me when I met you, it's called Team Up. It's a mindfulness training where you're with 2 other. So it's the facilitator and 3 other people. And you gave us a sound healing session. Remember that? Over Skype. These were the days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember back then I was still married. I studied already acupuncture by that time. And I was just in a place where I wanted to become more conscious. I was really in a place where I wanted to heal a lot of things in my life. And so I signed up for your program. I remember that. I remember we had a sound healing session. I was also actually kind of at the beginning. So of my sound healing, I got introduced in the acupuncture massage school. Somebody invited me and then I kind of started step by step. I never knew that I would actually like making money with it. And this is going to be my job. I hate to say job because really it's not a job. It's like a lifestyle. It's like a passion. Mm-hmm. Back then, I remember it was still like in the baby steps and now everything has evolved so much.
I feel like it's so beautiful to reconnect with you. And I always remember you were so positive and optimistic and you say, it's coming, I'm manifesting it, it's coming. And here we are 5 years later. You're there. Before we started recording, I was actually watching a video where we see a person in the water and you do sound healing. And I was like, oh, I need that. Tell me a little bit about that. I had sound healing in India and it was so powerful.
I'm sure that everybody now or most people nowadays heard about Masaru Emoto. I mean, back then when I started, a lot of people didn't really know about him, but he's a Japanese scientist. He's not with us on this earth anymore. But what he did actually, he was a pioneer of proving that water has memory and that every frequency gets stored in water. So good frequencies, but also bad frequencies. Frequency is anything. Frequency is sound. Frequency is also speech, is also words. It's everything. It's just like noises. All of that is frequency. I really got intrigued by it because I have been doing music all my life. I remember like I was always a musician. Like I always played a lot of instruments since I'm 6 years old, but I never looked at it as something that you can heal. You know, we heal with music. We listen to a good song. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing. It makes me feel so good. Or another song is like, oh my God, I'm crying so hard. But like, you can really like particularly like use it for healing, for a special. You can go very, very goal-oriented in different types of diseases. When I got into it, I learned more about the power of water and sound and how it influences the water. And so the reason why it's so important is because our body is made out of water, 85%. When I talk about water, I'm talking about our bodies. Really, it's like it's made out of liquid. Everything that we expose our liquids to, our water, our blood, everything holds on to that frequency. I started getting into instruments that have certain type of frequencies, because nowadays everything is tuned into 440 hertz, and 440 hertz is not really known to be a healing frequency. But there's other frequency that maybe some of you guys haven't heard about. I think one of the most famous ones is 432 hertz and 528. These are frequencies a lot of people know that this is like somehow of a healing frequency. And so my instruments, a lot of them are tuned into 432 hertz or 528. People have a very, very good outcomes with that. And so then I had these huge Tibetan singing bowls that I ordered from this guy in Nepal, and the monks hand hammered them and put a moon prayer on them, and they sent them to me. And I was so excited about them because I saw a guy in Russia on Instagram having these bowls in the water, and they would actually float. But they're like 50 pounds. They weigh a lot. They're floating in the water. I ordered them, and so I have them now since a couple of years. When you put the singing bowl into the water, you can literally see when you hit the bowl, the water like vibrates and it goes into the body. Like you can literally see it with your eyes, how it goes into it. It's much stronger because it really, really, the frequency goes so much stronger into the body. And so we cannot do sound healing for too long, maybe half an hour.
Okay.
And we can also not use it on every type of person. People that have maybe cancer or maybe a cyst or fibroid, anything that can erupt, anything that can break in the body, you cannot use it. You should not, or because the frequency can be so strong that it can actually destroy things in your body. But if you're healthy, if you just have like minor things like, I don't know, migraines and too much stress and things like that, then these water sessions are really, really good because it penetrates your body so much that you really have an amazing outcome when you get out of the water. And usually you have to sit after one of these sessions, you have to sit for a couple of minutes. You're not going to be able to get out of the water like nothing happened. Like your body will be like feeling like, oh my God, I cannot move because that's how strong the vibration is. Yeah.
I remember when I went to Thailand for that team up and Asian leadership training, they also had the glass balls, and I felt like I'm flying, even though we were sitting. But yeah, it has like an extreme vibration that penetrates into you. I can only imagine how much stronger the water is.
Yeah, the glass balls or the crystal balls or like alchemy balls work different actually. Like I noticed that you cannot use them in the water first and foremost. Yep. They don't float. You have a lot of more angelic experiences with these crystal balls, right? You go into dream-like states where you can actually access your subconsciousness better. And some people really dream or have insights or angels coming through and talking to them. You don't have that experience in the water with the Tibetan singing bowls. Okay. It works different. It's much more grounded. It's not so much out. It's more in the body. The crystal bowls is more like, okay, I want to go and float out and get messages, and that the crystal bowls are so amazing to do these type of sound healing work.
I just truly enjoyed it. I need more of this. And I think especially in today's times, we need to do more self-care, self-love, and just allow the me time and not be so stressed. A lot of people are working from home or first responders. It's just so important. What tips do you have? What are your favorite tips that you provide in your workshops and in your gatherings that you have?
Yeah, well, in my workshops and gatherings, I don't provide so much about these things per se. I more like go more into the healing of things. When women come to me and tell me, how can I heal this? And it's more hands-on with practices or herbs and stuff like that. But overall, what I see with everybody is mindset. And mindset is everything. Yeah. You said, like, remember back then I was always very positive. And I remember back then I didn't really make money at all. Actually, I was just studying but I already started having a different mindset. And so the practice of mindset is so important. And I believe you don't need anything. You don't need any type of healing work if your mindset is right. When your mindset is strong, your body will also be strong, and you can manifest anything into your life. People think they need sound healing. I need yoga. I need the good food. And I mean, mean, that all is amazing. I'm not saying don't do it. I love it, of course. It enhances your progress, right? Or your path. But if you can do a gazillion sound healing sessions, if your mindset stays poor, the sound healing will not grasp. And for somebody that like comes and really is determined to change the way we think. And so how do I change the way I think? Is through practice. So what I do in the mornings, right, when I wake up, I think about the bills that I have to pay and the job that I hate and my husband that sucks or my kids that did this. That's what we do. Like our hormones in the mornings are different, right? And so we think automatically we go into what sucks in our life. What's super important is the morning. How do I wake up and what do I nourish my brain with in the mornings? I have a whole setup about letters that I wrote myself about what I want to achieve or goal settings or just positive meditations or just good frequencies, good music, right? So the moment I wake up, I don't go on my phone and watch, Instagram, Facebook, look at all the people and I'm missing out on things and what they have done. In the mornings, what I do, like the first half hour, and I've always done this when I met you already, I read through good things that I mainly wrote or that somebody else writes. I read through positive affirmations. And so what I do with this on a daily basis, so I have it next to my bed. What I do with this is I slowly reprogram my mind because I program my mind into that my life sucks, right? And it's all awful and it's not good. I remember when I was in my marriage, I was living in domestic violence for 10 years. And every morning I couldn't get up. I was in such a depression because it was already, what am I going to do with this freaking day? It was so horrible. It was just so horrible, and emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. And so I was so sick and tired being sick and tired being sick and tired. You have to be so sick and tired of your own bullshit. Today, I'm going to change it. And it just takes you a pen and a paper and 10 minutes to write down, I'm going to have a glorious day. I'm feeling amazing. I'm an abundant light being. I can manifest anything that I want to. Like, it doesn't have to be something complicated, right? And so write down 10 points and read them every morning. And you will notice after a couple of weeks, you're like, oh my God, I wake up different. And then you write more, and then you have more manifestation. You have more ideas. You have more dreams. And all of a sudden, your frequency changes. The people around you changes. Your action changes. Your opportunity changes. Like, everything starts changing. That's what you got to do. And then trust that it's going to change, because then also what we do is like, okay, how is it going to change it? But but my life right now, I mean, you're lucky, but how do I get these opportunities? Well, you don't have to worry about it right now. What you worry about right now is change your frequency. Once you change your frequency, the universe will bring you people or situations or other things that changes it for you. You don't need to worry about it. We always want to control everything. We don't trust that God is under control. We don't trust, but you got to trust. You just worry about that. Worry about your own mind being in a good place, and then everything else falls into place.
Oh, you're so right. We know it is difficult for many people, but I feel like, why not be happy and positive for the things that we have at the moment? And I always ask the question, like, what are you proud of that you have achieved? Maybe we look a little bit in the past. You've been a musician, you have traveled. These are things that you can be proud of. And sometimes the smallest things are the things that get us to the next step. And I always think like, it's like opening up a door. You cannot sit at home. You need to open up the door, and then the opportunities will come in. And I remember when I lost my job at the company I was working, all the opportunities came to me, and I was open. I think that's when you're depressed, when you're angry, when you're shut down, you're not open to new things that come to your way because you don't see it.
Yeah, we have infinite opportunities. The universe throws us infinite opportunities every single day, and it's for us to see them. And that's the issue. Yeah, if you did it right, you say, wow, it's an opportunity. But how many people are there? Oh my God, I lost my job. I want to pay my bills. And you go through that every single day. How are you going to find another job like this? And same with partnerships, right? Oh my God, I lost this man. I lost this woman. I'm never going to be happy again. Instead of seeing, okay, this is an opportunity because the universe has something better for me. I may not see it in this moment, but trust that it is like that. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is a divine opportunity for you. And so I think most people forget that because we're used to be in our misery.
Thank you so much, Nathalie, and good luck with everything. Thank you. How inspiring was that? Thank you so much, Nathalie, for all your insight. I know I've seen you grown. Thank you so much. Take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes Monday, Wednesday. Check it out. There's something for everybody about fabulous women, entrepreneurs, leaders in the industry. Don't miss out.